Good morning. Good evening, guys. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. We'll start the session.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. We'll start in 2 minutes. Yeah, 7:35 will start, guys. It's our first day and early morning, right? People are there to join. So we'll wait for 2 minutes. Good morning, guys. So we'll start session and Shan is about to join. Meanwhile, anyone have questions like anyone join freshers or also any questions if you have related to career related? Karthik, Manadeep, Prabhu, Ramu, Amit.
Career related, I don't have, but regarding these sessions, I have few questions.
Yeah, you can ask me, Manadeep.
Yeah, actually, what topics will be covered in Kubernetes, Docker, and Azure related resources?
Yeah.
Just
So I
wanted
will
to know.
share you the curriculum. You can look into it. And I can say in simple word, it's equal to a 4 5 years experience profile, how much knowledge required as a DevOps and SRE engineer we are going to be covered. So mainly it's in a both clouds, AWS and Azure.
Okay,
And Kubernetes, Docker, these topics also we are going to be covered there.
okay. These topics will be covered in Azure resources or how?
Both like DevOps topics and Azure and AWS, both we are covering for you.
Okay,
That's the reason it will take around 4 to 4.5 months,
okay.
total course completion duration. So you can see it's not like a crash courses or short-term courses. Course will be lengthy. It will
Mm-hmm.
take a minimum 4 plus months.
Okay.
Total duration, I'm saying.
And what about hands-on? I mean, hands-on experience or some? Is there any platform provided for
Ye-
us to?
Yes, yes. We will guide you like how to do the hands-on practice, and we can get in a free trial versions in AWS and Azure, right? By using that one, we can utilize.
Okay,
Sandbox is mostly not required. Okay. By using free trials only, we can finish our real-time training.
okay,
Yeah. So, and apart from that, interview questions related and what kind of questions may shoot, and if required, you can go with the mock interviews also. In fact, our
okay.
internal team only developed one mock interview tool. We are testing. First, it will be test with our students only. So you can utilize that so free only for internal aid. So we are planning to make it within a paid version, but our internal students can utilize that one. System will take a mock interview and including test and uh, interview with the AI, and it will record your conversation, and later you can download that video and you can look into it. So I can see most of the people, they felt like if I may given this particular answer, maybe that interview going to be clear. It may
Mm-hmm.
happens in our career, right?
Yeah.
Entire questions we given, but due to the low confidence, due to the tense, somehow maybe we miss it to give the answer one or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought to develop a mock interview tool, because even though human mock interview also it may have not happened those many times. By using system, we can try with the 10 times also.
Yeah.
You will get a confidence, and when you are seeing your video itself, you will get to know where you are black locks, where you can improve yourself, right? So that's the reason we developed that tool.
Okay.
So you can utilize that one. It's
Mm.
the name of AI Entry Hub. It is there.
Okay.
You can work with that as well. Uh,
Okay. Can you please share that curriculum as well in that group?
yeah, sure. You are there in the group, or else you can ping to our team. We will share with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me share the screen. I will show you the website as well to you. Uh, it is a mock interview tool. It's purely designed by internal team only. Still, we are working on it. So it will give the your resume ATS score, and if any corrections required in that particular resume. Example, you mentioned it's a data engineer, but you didn't mention PySpark and Python, it will show you there. And you mentioned you are a DevOps engineer, but there is no Kubernetes or Docker, it will show there where we are lagging. What kind of tools is not showing in the resume, and depends on JD as well. Sometimes you want to update for a particular company. If you given that particular JD, as per their JD, your resume is there or not, it will show.
Oh, great.
You can check those as well here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the complete version, this only pricing we pending. We are pending with the Razor Pay integrations. So that Razor Pay integration will done by next 1 or 2 days. Any other questions, guys?
Mahesh, I only have about how you are going to handle our senior profiles. Last time I asked, I know you
Senior profile.
answered.
It will
Yeah.
be covered by only with the mentor, only trainer. I will check with the Sean also. I already got your resume. So it's
Hmm.
a little huge experience, right? And package also little higher side only. But still, it's not like too
So you
difficult
are
to
saying it
get
is
it.
on the higher side, huh? The
Huh?
market, there are a lot of people man, who are, see, in my company, I'm the least. Okay, that's what I
No, no, no,
understood.
package experience, I'm saying.
Okay.
Package is a 60 is not a big deal. So that's what a package is not about package, only experience.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
Because what happened nowadays, even though my cousin recently got a job in she was just a 2 years experience and she got a 45 lakhs package.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
And she was feeling
Yeah.
bad because her colleague got, another friend got 60 lakhs in Amazon. So she was not
That's
happy.
I'm okay to relocate to anywhere. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
there is no restriction as such. Although I am in Hyderabad,
Maybe because they completed their graduation in triple ITs, that might be the reason with the sudden hikes.
yeah,
Initially,
obviously,
uh,
obviously, the IITs, IIMs, and all
it's
of them
not
pay
IIT,
differ.
triple IT. It's from AP. There is a triple ITs
Hmm.
colleges are there, local.
Right, right. Hyderabad. Huh?
No, no, they got job in Bangalore only.
No, no. I'm asking Triple IT Hyderabad.
Mm-hmm.
She passed out
Vijayawada, Nuzividu.
from Triple IT Hyderabad.
Triple IT
Okay.
Nuzividu.
Oh, I didn't know that Triple IT
No,
was
no.
there in Nollywood.
Her senior, even not our classmate also, her senior got on a 60 lakhs package.
Wow, wow,
So just
nice.
maybe she had a 2.5, 3 months, so she might be had a 4 years experience total.
Hmm. Hmm.
In
Hmm.
campus only they got a 10 to 11 lakhs, but when they are jumping to the company, it's 300% hike.
Yeah, yeah. They will be paid when they are coming from premium schools, right? They
Exactly,
usually get
exactly.
paid. That's okay. That's quite common.
And okay, it's a triple IT, but regular people also like normal degree, even those people are getting decent hikes. Like even I recently one guy, he got 180% hike. He don't have any fancy degrees or something.
Okay. To be frank, my wife got recently job in WBD, and she got 2.4 times or 2.5 times. So I understand wherever they are paying depending on what is your previous package and whether you
Mhm.
are in. I mean, if they are hiring to a certain position, right? If you are in line with that position, whatever
Yeah.
package and all of that, then they might.
Yes.
If you are not in line, then they might pay you well. You
Yes.
know, all of those things are there. There are various factors, but yeah. Uh, Having said that, I'm just looking at like when how
And
people
even
would handle.
honestly, compared to US market, even I felt like nowadays in India also people are getting good opportunities and decent packages.
Ah, see, I understand when it comes to till 14, 15 years, to an
Mm-hmm.
extent, the market is fine only. It's not bad. Okay, people are
Mm-hmm.
moving, and Hyderabad has a lot of GCCs getting open. They
Yes.
are hiring a big time. So, and even Bangalore is getting. So, that's fine. But when it comes to senior positions, right, it's not
Mm.
that easy unless you have a
Yes.
referral.
Yes. That's true. That's
And
true.
it's not just about referral, right? It's
Mm.
also about follow up. Even if you refer and if you don't follow up as if they are your own people,
Yeah.
things are not moving as easily as possible. Okay.
So usually
That
leaderboard jobs will be the less only, right, compared to the regular work. So they will
with the amount of
treat you in the
GCCs that are,
leaderboard level only, like a minimum, like in a delivery lead managers, these kind of profile they
yeah,
will expect from you.
right, true, but it's not that they're not there. There are plenty of, if you look at those
Mhm.
kind of positions are open in LinkedIn and everybody is posting a lot of things, but they are not hiring as such unless there is an
Referral, yes.
referral.
So
So
that's
that
true.
that is the scenario.
Yes.
Otherwise, everything is fine.
That's it. LinkedIn we have to utilize further to improve our personal branding. So it will be helpful to get in a
even
better
e-
opportunity.
even even if you have, when you go to leadership roles, it's not
Mm.
about the amount of what you have in the LinkedIn. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
more about, any day it's more about referral and the
Yes. Yes.
contacts that you have. It's
Yeah,
not
that's what.
LinkedIn
For
contacts.
improving contracts, not about LinkedIn.
Mm,
So slowly we'll
mm,
get an
mm,
options, right? Like to get in a good number of people.
mm, mm.
Example in my case, I had one trainer only by looking at LinkedIn only, and it's going well
Okay.
because I look at first I got to know about a couple of his posts on LinkedIn, and later
Mm,
it's went for an interview. I felt okay, it's better.
mm. Nice.
That's what happened actually.
Okay.
And even recently, from long back onwards, I'm trying to connect with the HRs, just requesting to hire our students instead of going within a market, because the people knows even fake profiles are there. So my proposal will be, instead of encouraging fake profiles, just our students are ready to work for less package, like who had a career break.
Mm, mm,
I'm approaching with this idea with a lot many companies, and all are rejecting except some product based companies, but they are giving less opportunities.
mm,
So my
mm,
intention will be, instead of taking up from the market and mostly some fake experience profiles is there. Even our students are also keeping fake experience. The only reason they are not getting any opportunity. They have unfortunately 4 years, 5 years career break. They're not getting calls. So what these people are
mm,
doing, they will make fake experience and they're struggling sometimes, like with the documentation issue. Technically, they are strong.
mm,
So I given the same thing and I checked with the HR. So you can take an interview. During the interview, you can feel they are 3 to 4 years experience. You don't need to compromise anywhere with the questioning.
mm,
Once they selected, and treat them as a fresher. You can give them only fresher package. They won't give any fake documents to you.
mm, mm.
So hiring a fake profile and verification, they are spending around 30 to 60,000, depends on the organization level. And after that, if they're not performing well, they are throwing out.
Mm, mm.
So, but
Okay.
the thing is, product-based companies were accepting, but service companies saying, Mahesh, maybe I will accept, but my client won't accept for this. They need only experienced profiles.
Okay.
In one case, personally, HR told Mahesh, I'm okay to prefer your student people. Until they are not getting caught, I'm okay. You can send with the experience only. Because client won't accept.
Mm,
Example, even if I said your trainer Shan is just completed course in another institution and joined here as a trainer, in the sense you won't join, right?
mm, mm, mm.
Even though he was technically strong.
Okay.
So they given the same example to me. Okay, I said. But recently I got to know similar kind of. I approached some startups and mid-level companies. They are accepting. I'm trying to push our people without encouraging any fake experience. But
Mm,
in reality, it's not that easy.
mm, mm. Yeah.
Anyone from data field to here in DevOps, data engineering to here, anyone joined? Because all are clubbing nowadays.
Yes,
DevOps,
Mahesh, I am from data engineering background.
data engineering actually. Okay. So you are already working?
Yeah, I'm already working with around 6+ years of experience.
Okay. Which topic they are mostly focusing, sir? Like in our data engineering profile, CACD only, or else any other thing?
I mean, as of now, I mean, that too depends on organization to organization. Some completely focus on data bricks, data factories, Synapse.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah.
Data engineering related fine. But from DevOps concepts also, they're expecting recently, like deployment things, right? Any particular concept they're expecting from data engineers, DevOps related stuff.
I have not faced, I mean, as of now.
Okay. Okay, example, the CI/CD pipelines and deployment, right? Usually it's a DevOps engineers work, but nowadays they are expecting from data engineers this task
Yeah,
also.
correct, correct.
So
Yeah.
even we included for data engineers the CI/CD pipelines as well in our curriculum. So they're naming it as a CI data ops.
Yeah, you're right. But as I mean, while I was giving interviews, they were completely focusing on data engineering, I mean, uh,
Mhm.
data bricks and data factory and all, and some coding
Yeah,
issues.
those
Yeah.
are actually part of data engineering only. So apart from data, because in US market they are expecting multiple things. India somewhat
Mhm.
better for now. Maybe after a couple of months it will be start here also the same trend. But US they are expecting data ops, and some cases from data engineers also they are expecting like Java kind of stuff, .NET, and the data analyst, Power BI developer they are expecting Databricks and PySpark now. Yesterday only I got one requirement. They are expecting PySpark and Databricks from Power BI developer.
Oh. Mhm.
So they are expecting multi skills from one single employee.
Right, I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Coming to the
Hmm.
percentage of coding comparison between data engineering and data, DevOps, how
So
much that
nowadays
will be?
coding, we no need to take it as a very serious, honestly. If you have exact requirement by giving a prompt, you can get an entire code. You no need to use completely by earlier days, you no need to worry about coding concept. Even DevOps engineers need a Python in future. Now we can able to, but after 1 year for sure, Python is mandatory for DevOps also.
Oh, okay.
Even now only some cases they are expecting, but not at mandatory for immediately. So coding should be mandate in future. There is no chance without coding you can able to survive. But coding is becoming very easy
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
by using these AI tools, right? You can get entire code. You just need to give the proper prompt to that. What exact your requirement. Rest system only will take care. Yeah. So we'll enter into the actual class. Hi, sir.
Hi there. Hi, good morning. Hey,
Yeah.
hi everyone. Good morning, guys. Hi, Harika. Hi, Sushirita.
So start
Hey, Ram.
recording as well
Hi.
once you are entering into the actual topic.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Great. Okay, guys. Sorry, got a little bit delayed, because of this Windows, huh? We have to upgrade to Mac. Okay, good then. Let's start the session, guys. Just give me a sec. Okay, hope you can see my screen, right? Okay. So, guys, let's start the session for today. So, in today's session, we are going to start our cloud, that is our Azure cloud, guys. So as part of our Azure cloud, we will see different services, why exactly the cloud is required, what is the necessity to go towards a cloud, what are the different benefits that we are going to get, what are the different vocabularies that we are going to have as part of our Azure cloud, what exactly the basic requirement for you to enter into Azure cloud, see how we are going to create your Azure accounts, how we are going to manage it. So all those things we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay. So now, as part of your Azure, guys, so there are certain vocabulary that which we need to know. So we have to ensure like we are knowing about a few basic things before we join or before we start our journeys towards our Azure cloud. Okay. So let's try to understand about your Azure vocabulary. So now what exactly is this, and what are the different things that we are going to have in the Azure. Okay. So Azure is basically a cloud provider, guys. So now whenever I say it's kind of like a cloud provider. So Azure is going to provide multiple services. So they provide servers, they provide network, they provide load balancers, they provide disks, they provide data, they provide databases, they provide applications, they provide automation. Basically they are what, they are cloud providers. Okay. So what Azure is going to do, Azure is going to provide all these and so on. So all these different components they are going to provide. Now when Azure is providing all these components, right, see all these things we call them as services. What we call them as, we call them as services. So when Azure is providing us services to us, when Azure is providing us services to us, so then what am I going to do? I will go ahead and I will start using, let's say like I want to have servers. I want to create a 4 servers or 5 servers. Let's say like I want to create a 10 servers. So if I want to go ahead and if I want to create a servers, okay, then what am I going to do? I am going to use a service called virtual machine. So what is the service? The service I'm going to use is called my virtual machine. Now, under this virtual machine, I'm going to create resources. So whenever I say like a resources, let's say like I will be creating virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3, virtual machine 4, and so on. So likewise, let's say like I want to have a network from the cloud provider. So then Azure is going to provide me a service called VNet. So this time, what is the service name? Service name is VNet. Now under the VNet, I will start creating VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3, and so on. So now these things, we call it as what? We call it as resources. So pictorially, if you would like to see, then this is how it is going to be, guys. So whenever you feel like you need to consume anything as part of your Azure cloud, you can go ahead and you can start consuming them. You can go and you can start consuming them. So what Azure is going to provide, they are going to provide multiple resources. They will provide multiple services like your network, load balancer, data storage, disk, like this. They provide multiple services. When you are consuming these services, what you will do, you will go ahead and you will start creating multiple resources like your virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3, likewise load balancer 1, load balancer 2. All these are different components. What we call them, all these are different components, we call them as resources. We call them as what? Resources. Okay. So now what Azure is telling is like you can create as many resources as you want, but whenever you are creating a resources, you have to mandatorily create a component called a resource group. It is a very mandatory that you have to create a component called a resource group. Now, what is the meaning of a resource group? So the meaning of your resource group is like a group of or a collection of resources together. We call it as a resource group. A collection of resources together, we call it as a resource group. So in Azure, whenever you feel like creating anything, it is mandatory that first you need to create a resource group. Without creating a resource group, you can't create resources. Without creating a resource group, you can't create a resources. So now we understood about a concept of resources. We understood a concept of a resource group. Now let's go to a concept called a subscription. Let's go to a concept called subscription. So now whenever we are dealing with the word called a subscription, so what does that mean? What that mean? So the meaning of your subscription is quite simple, guys. A group of or a collection of resource groups together, we call it as subscription. A collection of resource groups together, we call it as a subscription. So now you might be thinking, sir, why is such a complex words that we are having when compared to the other clouds? Why in Azure we have to go with such kind of a naming terminologies? Okay, so guys, in fact, this is one of the good way of consuming the platform, because you will clearly come to know who is using what. So in terms of a billing and in terms of a visibility, like who is what, which team is consuming what resources, in terms of a billing and in terms of a visibility, it is very easy for us to figure it out who is doing what. For example, let's say like I'm having my application 1 and I have my application 2. Or for your understanding purpose, let's take like I'm having team 1 and I have a team 2. So now what is happening, guys? So here, let's say like a team 1 and a team 2 together, what they are doing. So they started creating infrastructure. So as part of the infrastructure, these guys, what they started creating servers. Let's say like they created a VM1 to up to VM50 they created. Let's say like these guys started using load balancer 1 to load balancer 5 they created. They started consuming the network. So network 1, so on up to let's say like a 5, 10 networks these guys have created. So and so on and so on. Let's say like they are creating a storage account, one to storage account. Let's say like 10 they are creating. So now here, if you observe, guys, so what is a major problem that you see here is like, so team one and the team two, they started creating the infrastructure like this. They started creating infrastructure like this. Now, can any one of you tell me, guys, is it is it very easy for us to figure it out who is consuming what? Which team have consumed servers? Which team or these servers? Which team they belongs to? Is it very easy for us to figure it out, guys? Here, do you feel like it is easy for us to figure it out which team is consuming what resources? Do we have a proper segregation here?
Yeah, no, we don't have a proper segregation.
Good. So we don't have a proper segregation here. Thanks, Mani. Thank you so much. So here, if you observe, guys, what is happening? So the major problem here is like which team is consuming what resources belongs to what team, who is the point of contact. If something goes wrong, who will be the team responsible for it? What we have to do if in case of something is going wrong? Okay, to whom we need to reach it out? Okay, billability. So which team is going to pay the money for these things? There is no visibility. Literally, there is no visibility. So it becomes so painful, right? At one point of time, you will say like, okay, leave it, man. Why we have to take care of this infrastructure? We will simply bring it down. Let the end user come to us. Let the end user come to us. So this will be the situation, guys. But whenever you go with Azure, this is what they want to avoid. This is what they want to avoid. So like what? Like your team one, they will have a proper segregation. Let's say like a VM1, load balancer 1, network 1. Your team 2 is going to have VM2, load balancer 2, network 2. So now, how are we going to restrict these teams saying like, no, no, you have to create your resources like this only? So some sort of restriction I need to impose. So such kind of a restriction I can impose by creating team 1 resource group 1. So now whatever the components that this team is creating, all those components are going to come where? They are going to come under team 1 resource group 1. So now likewise, whenever team 2 wants to create anything, what team 2 will do? So we will create a team 2 resource group, a team 2 resource group 2 we will create, and we will say like, hey man, team 2, whenever you want to create anything, what you have to do is like, you have to go and you have to create everything under this particular resource group only. So now we know that which resource belongs to which team, who is the point of contact in that particular team. So what and all the things they are doing, what is the billability, who is accountable for these particular servers. So you will have a proper control, guys. You will have a proper control and you'll have a proper visibility. In terms of a visibility, it is very easy for me. It's a very easy for me to figure it out. Okay, which team is doing what are all the different resources belongs to which particular team. So it's quite simple for me. So now let's say like as part of my organization, what am I having? I'm having so on up to multiple teams. Let's say like a team and I'm having it. Okay. So now these many teams that we are going to have, or these many applications. See, basically every team is nothing but an application, guys. Here, every team is nothing but an application here. So now, sir, what do you mean by an applications are here? So you might be thinking like, sir, what could be the meaning of an application here? Right? See, we all are familiar with a different sort of an applications, guys. Like we know google.com, we know facebook.com, we know Uber, we know Ola, and so on, followed by many. What do we have here? We have many applications in the market, guys. So likewise, every company is going to have their own different applications. For example, if you go to amazon.in or amazon.com, what do you have? You have different applications like your card service, and then your payment service, your electronic service. You have your booking, sorry, not booking. You have your Amazon Prime service. You have your household services. So here inside the amazon.in, for example, if I go and if I show you the amazon.com page, so what I'm telling you is like, see, Amazon.in is what? Amazon.in is a company, guys. So basically, Amazon is a company. Amazon is a company. Now, under this company, what are and all the different applications that this company is having? So this company have multiple applications. So like what? Like they have electronics, like they have Amazon Pay, like they have mobiles, like they have MX Player, and they are having a customer services, and they are having a payment, and they have computers. So like this, if you go and if you start observing each and every component in this page is what? It is nothing but a customer. Sorry, that is nothing but an application for them. It is what? It's an application for them. Okay. So now what is this application? So this application is nothing but a team which is going to be part and parcel of that particular company. So we're going to have a team. So where that team is nothing but a particular application. So now a group of applications or a group of resource groups together, we call it as a subscription. So now such kind of a group together, we call it as what? We call it as a subscription. But in terms of your infrastructure, if you would like to see how this is going to look like, this is going to how it is look like. Okay. So you're going to have a resource group 1, resource group 2, resource group 3, and all these resource groups combined together, we are going to create a component called a subscription. Combined together, we are going to call it as a subscription. Right? Guys, any doubts before we proceed further from anyone? Mani, Ramu, Chandra, Hakim.
Sean, maybe
Mm,
you wanted
Mohan,
to compare it to
Mohan,
which I was
yes,
asking from long time. Yeah, when you talk about this, how they are compared to.
we cannot compare these items. Okay, when the comparison comes, I'll tell you, Mohan.
So there's no resource group concept in AWS.
No, we don't have it.
Then okay. Subscription is the account subscription that we have anyways. But yeah, understood.
Okay, good. Find any other doubts, guys? From anyone? No doubts. Okay, great then. So now let's proceed with the next item, guys. So now, whenever you are creating your Azure account, as part of your same single Azure account, you can create multiple subscriptions. You can create multiple subscriptions. Let's say like you have created your Azure account. Now, once you have created your Azure account, inside in your Azure account, you would like to create multiple child accounts, or you can say like multiple subdivisions. So now you might be thinking, sir, what could be the reasons that I need to go with such kind of multiple divisions here? What could be the reasons that I have to go with again a division in the parent account? So imagine a situation that I'm having my application. So let's say like I have an application called SeanDevOps.com. So let's say like I'm taking my website like this. So this is my website. Imagine that this is my website. So now what I have done, guys, I took my code. Let's say like this code version is 1.0.0. Now I took this one into production. Then what did I do? I went live. I went live. So now again there will be a code development. Again people will be coming. Again the developers will be developing the code. Again they will go ahead and they will start developing the code. Now let's say like we have 2.0.0. Now, can I go ahead and can I do the testing directly into the production, guys? Is that something that I can do? What do you feel? Can I directly do the testing of a new code in the production?
No.
No. Morning, Francis. Good. So here, if you observe this testing I can't do it in production directly. This is a testing. I can't do directly in the production. Why? What is the reason? Reason is quite simple. It's a production, right? It's a production. I cannot touch the production. Then how are we going to test it, guys? Without testing, how we are going to release it to the production? What we need to have?
Testing environments.
Very nice, Bharat. Good one. So what we are going to do? We are going to create a one more environment. Let's say testing environment. So here I will deploy version 2.0.0. And then what I will do, after performing all the rigorous testing, like your unit testing or your performance testing or your integration testing or your application UI or manual testing. So whatever the testing that we have, everything will perform here. And finally, what we are going to do, finally we will deploy after making sure like everything is working fine. Then we will go to the production. So this is what we generally do it. This is what we generally do it. Now, whenever we say like a testing environment here, now what is the different terminologies that in IT we are going to use for multiple environments? For multiple environments, what is the different terminologies that we are going to use it? So we have different terminologies like anyone is aware, guys? What are the different environments that we have in a real time?
Dev test UAT.
Very nice, good one. So we are going to have dev, UAT, test or a PT, or we have STG, you have SIT, you're going to have pre-prod, and then finally you're going to have prod. So it is not mandatory to have these many environments. Based upon the infrastructure, based upon the criticality of application, and based upon multiple teams that you are having in the project, this number will change. So now such kind of a environments. So here this is what, guys, this is a different environment. So which means like I have application 1, application 2, application 3, application 4 and application 5. These all teams, they need a dev environment. Let's say like I have application 1, application 2, application 3, application 4. They need to have a PT environment. Likewise, all these applications, they need to have a pre-prod environment. Like all these applications, they need to have a prod environment. Now when these teams, they play an important role, or they say like no, we need to have a separate, a segregated environment so that we can work with, so with that we can communicate with, we can deal with. So here what they need isolated environments here. So dev should be different, PT should be different, as well as PT environment should be different, the pre-prod environment should be different, prod environment should be different. So in such cases, what we can go ahead and do is like, in such cases, we can go and we can opt for an option called subscriptions. So in the same Azure account, you are going to have multiple subscriptions. You can create a subscription 1, subscription 2, subscription 3, subscription 4. So now in terms of your Azure account, if you go and if you observe, this is how it is going to be. This is how it is going to look like. So I'm going to have one Azure account. Under one Azure account, I'm going to have my subscription 1. I'm going to have subscription 2. I might be using subscription 1 for a dev purpose. I might be using a subscription 2 for my production purpose. So as many environments as you need it, you can go ahead and you can create it. As many environments as you need, you can go and you can create it. So the overall vocabulary that what you need to understand as part of your Azure is you have resources. What is the next component, guys? After resource? After resource, what is the next component?
Resource groups.
Very nice. So you're going to have resource and then resource group. And then what, guys?
Subscriptions.
Good. So you're going to have subscriptions and a group of subscriptions. You're going to have your Azure account. So I can have as many resources as I want, but you cannot create a resources directly. You need to have a resource group associated with it. So a group of resource groups, we call it as a subscription. A group of subscriptions, we call it as an Azure account. A group of subscriptions, we call it as Azure account. Okay. So hope it is clear, guys. Please let me know if it is not clear. We can discuss on that. Okay. So now how we are going to correlate this one? Okay. That's fine. I think like we covered it. We don't need to have a separate example for this. Leave it. So now what exactly we are going to do is like, let's try to understand how we are going to create our Azure account. Okay. Guys, Azure gives you 1 month free trial. Azure, as part of your Azure account. So whenever you are trying to register with your Azure, Azure gives you 1 month free trial account, guys. What they are going to give? They are going to give 1 month free trial account. So now as part of this free trial account, you will be getting $200 where you can use completely, where you can go ahead and you can try to spin up as many resources as you needed. On demand basis, you can go ahead and you can spin the resources and you can consume. But what my recommendation is like, do not create your Azure accounts as of today. So once we start, the classes most probably tomorrow when we, connect and when we start working with your Azure cloud. So that time you guys can create your Azure accounts along with me, and then you can start consuming it. Okay. So as part of your free trial, they are going to give $200. So now the basic fundamental rule that you need to remember is like, you need to use, or you need to have one credit card, and you need to have one email ID. You need to have one email ID and one credit card. So you no need to worry about deductions. Like, sir, I am over consuming the resources, sir. So are they going to deduct the money from your account? No. As long as you are in a free tier account, they are not going to deduct any money from your account. Nothing to worry. You don't need to worry at all. Okay. They will be considering your free tier account. Under the free tier account only you will be charged. Unless or until you go and you convert the account into pay as you go. So there are two accounts. One is free tier account and second one is pay as you go account. So there are two accounts, guys, that you need to remember. So one is like your pay as you go. So where you will be paying the money as per the utilization. So whatever the amount that you are using, or whatever the amount of resources that you are consuming, so based upon that you'll be paying the money. So likewise, you're going to have a free tier. So under the free tier, no charges. You don't need to pay any single rupee also to them. But the moment you convert the account into pay as you go, then you have to, your billing clock will start. Okay. So now one important thing, guys, that you need to understand is like, Azure is going to give only 1 month of free trial account. Only 1 month only you are going to get a free trial account. So now imagine like after this 1 month, sir, I will go ahead and I'll create a new account, new free trial account I'll try to create. Okay. So that point of time, what are the precautions that you want to take? So creating your Azure account for the second time. So that time what you have to do is like, you need to take a new email address. You need to take a new credit card, and you need to take or you need to create in any other device than your previous device, because they are tracking your MAC address as well. Okay. And you have to give new address. You have to give your new address, the address which you have given earlier. So that you should not repeat it again. You have to create a new address again. you have to mention your new address again. Okay, so these are all the things, guys, that you need to consider. See, for the first time, that is okay. First time, your credit card, your email address, whatever the valid details are there. And one more thing is like you have to provide proper valid details. So don't fake them. Nothing to worry. He will not come to our home and ask, okay, pay the bill and all. You don't need to worry. Okay, they have other things to do, but try to ensure like you guys are, not over consuming the things whatever they are providing it. So if you do the over consumption, then the problem comes. Don't worry, I will tell you, how you guys are going to restrict yourself, not over consuming it, how you guys are going to limit yourself in making things to happen. All those things we will be learning. So before we proceed further, if you guys have any further doubts, please let me know so that we can discuss.
So, Sean, creating a Kubernetes cluster also comes under the free tier, or do we need to pay
It
for
is
that?
under free tier only money. You can create a Kubernetes cluster.
Thank you.
No worries. Who else we have? Farhan, we have Amit, Radhakrishna, Prabhu, Ramu, Suparna Babu. Suparna Babu, I have seen Suparna Babu earlier as well. Okay, good then. If no doubts, guys, then let me give you a short intro about myself, guys. Okay, so we directly jumped on into the class because I joined a bit late. That's the reason. Okay, so now let me give you a short intro. See, what am I? Okay, what we are going to teach you, how we are going to train you, what is the source that you are going to get, how the training is going to be. Okay, let me give you a small introduction. So myself, I'm Sean, guys. So I have around 15 years of IT experience. So currently I'm working as a DevOps architect. I deal with multiple clouds, especially I deal with the AWS as well as Azure. And I have worked with the different countries, guys, where I have, I handle global customers. Like I handle customers from UK, I handle customers from US, and even I handle customers from, Singapore, as well as, a few customers from UAE and a few customers from, Australia. So with regards to the work nature, I deal with multiple clients and I handle, multiple projects as well. So I lead a team. So where, we do everything as a code. So whenever any project is going to come as part of an organization, so whenever we are receiving any project to a company, so we deal with the concept as everything as a code. We call it as ZAS. Okay, so everything as a code. So this is what I work on. So now with regards to my technical knowledge, okay, so like I mentioned, I deal with multiple clouds. In terms of your DevOps, whatever the tool you name it, definitely I might have used it as part of my day-to-day work nature. Like I'm very specialized in the microservices architecture, especially in Docker, Kubernetes, and OpenShift. And in terms of your operating system, I have a wide range of hands-on experience on Linux, AIX, HP, Unix, and Solaris. Not only them, but also in terms of your automation or your infrastructure as a core tools, I have a good experience with the Terraform as well as Ansible, and I'm very strong with the scripting, both the shell as well as the Python scripting. And on top of that, I'm very specialized in designing end-to-end automation frameworks for different applications like Node.js, AngularJS, React.js, Spring Boot, .NET, Java, Python, Go. So all these are programming languages where we have, I have designed end-to-end automation frameworks. Okay, so this is a short introduction, guys, about my technical skills. What am I, and what I'm currently doing, and what I'm capable of, doing it. So apart from that, so training is a training students, making them to understand and onboarding the students to the different technical stack is my hobby, so which I generally like to do it. Okay, so from past 7 years I'm into teaching, guys. So when I say like from past 7 years I'm teaching only DevOps. So which means like whatever the tools, whatever the implementations that we have, whatever the integrations that we have, see end to end I have trained n number of batches where I have placed thousands of students into DevOps domain. So in terms of knowledge sharing, you don't need to worry because everything you will be getting. So whatever is required for you to be called as a DevOps engineer, everything as a single course, we are going to deliver it to you. So now what would be the journey of your learning path? So how you guys are going to convert your existing profiles into DevOps? So what is that we are going to teach you in order to shape your career into DevOps? So guys, your course content is going to be like this, guys. So where initially the course content should be starting with the AWS cloud, but for this batch we are going to start with the Azure, guys. So nothing is going to change. You don't need to worry. So we will see the end-to-end implementation of your cloud platforms, right? So where you will be starting your journey, starting from your Azure cloud, your Linux administrations, your shell scripting, and then you will learn your Ansible, Terraform, Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Dockers. You will learn your Kubernetes. You will learn your CI/CD process. What is the agile delivery process? How you're going to work in agile? What is agile process? What is the Scrum meetings? What is a Jira story? What and all the other terminologies that we have in agile. End to end, you will be learning. After that, you will be seeing in practical. Like we will take some Jira boards. We will see, practically creating some Jira stories. You will come to know how the user has been assigned to it, what is the scrum meeting, how the meeting is going to happen. So whatever the day to day feel and touch, whatever you're going to have, everything we are going to present in the class itself. And on top of that, you will be learning about your Azure boards, Azure basic release pipelines, build pipelines, Azure Artifactory, and you are going to deal with multiple projects, guys. So throughout this entire course, see, one beautiful thing is like you will be learning end-to-end integrations. Like in market people will confuse you a lot. Okay, you are having so many DevOps tools in the market where people will go and they will start starting with some other point, ending with some other point where there is no mix and match you will be seeing most. But as part of your end-to-end course, so one good thing is like you will be learning end-to-end project, guys. Like starting from zero till we design multi-tier as well as monolithic as well as microservices architecture level. You guys are going to learn as part of this course, where you will be designing end-to-end projects. You will see the implementations and you will see the automation, and you will see how the end-to-end workflow is going to happen. So this is going to be your learning journey, guys. Okay, so how we are going to work and what and all the things that you guys are going to learn. So what exactly you guys are going to see in the course. Okay, now how your learning path is going to be. So your learning path as part of the class is like you know every day we will take a 2 or 3 topics. So every day we will see how it is going to be. So first initially like the way how we started today, so I will be explaining you in terms of a theory with a proper architecture diagrams, guys. So whenever I say like an architecture diagrams, okay, so the way how I have shown you today, so your architecture diagrams plays a very very important role, guys. So the reason why you have to know about your architectures is like in real time you will be given an architecture and you will be asked to design it and implement it, or even sometimes you will be asked to end to end automate it. You'll be asked to do the end to end automation. So in such cases you should not feel like it is something new. So that's the reason we will be presenting end to end architecture diagrams. First you will be having end to end theory, you'll be having a end-to-end architecture, you'll be having proper explanations, and you're going to have a proper practicals, and then you're going to have a proper assignments as well. And you will be given a material and a logs on a daily basis, whatever the commands that we are executing, on a daily basis whatever the content that we are delivering, on a daily basis whatever the topics and then the pictures that you guys are going through in the class, everything will be given as it is, so that you guys can go ahead and complete the practice and learn the technology. Okay, so learning purpose, it is going to be quite smooth and clear, guys. So only thing is like you guys should have a good interest, and you guys should spend a minimum of half an hour to 40 minutes extra, so that you can complete the practice by your own. Okay, so it is very very important, because without doing a practice nothing will come to you. So you have to spend some valuable time, right? See, I think like for today we will discuss the class, guys. Let's connect it tomorrow. So tomorrow we will see how we are going to create our Azure accounts, how do we work with our Azure accounts, and how we are going to manage and how we are going to maintain it. So with regards to the timings part, okay, I will be updating in the timing sections, guys, because tomorrow is only the second section, right? Second session, if I'm taking it a little bit long, then you will feel a little bit hard. Okay, we will try to reduce the times for tomorrow, and I will send you the updated time. Okay, but in tomorrow's class we will agree, okay, coming forward, or going forward, like what will be the timings on your weekend sessions. We will collaboratively take a call, and then we will follow the same thing going forward. Okay, I think like we are good to go, guys, for today. Thank you so much for joining for the session. Have a great day ahead. So you will be updated with the timings for the tomorrow session in the group. Just make sure that you guys are aligning and joining for the sessions. Have a great day, guys. See you then.
All right.
Any doubts from anyone?
Thank you.
See you, Francis. See you. Bye bye. Okay, guys. If no doubts, I think we are good. See you then. Bye bye.